Hey guys, I'm with Trell, and we're getting a fun, original deck profile you haven't seen on my channel. What deck is this?
This is Spirits.
Ooh. Notice it isn't Dragon's Lair, viewers.
No, we are at the hideout.
Yeah,
Team Rocket.
See, viewers, I do have a social life. But that
really.
person in the comment who said, no, never mind.
Alright, let's get started, I guess. First we're gonna start off with your boy Aratama. Triple Aratama. He's your searcher of the deck. You gotta run 3. He's very small. And of course everybody knows all spirits go back to the end back to the hand at the end of the turn they're normal or flip face up. So he's just there just to search out all your key cards. Next is my nigga Nigatama. Yes, you can say my nigga on YouTube. I'm saying it anyway. But anyway, his release is what made the deck actually good. Pretty much whenever he's normal summon, he gives you an additional normal summon. Plus, if he leaves the field and goes to the graveyard, while you control another spirit, you draw another card. So he's freebies all around, and he's kind of like Evil Swarm, Caster, and Curtain. What's the other one? Pollux or whatever. So even if they Veiler him, you still get that effect. There's a condition. Gotta run 3 of these. Pretty much, this guy helps you go off for a spam. I can even OTK with the deck because of these guys. And you're gonna see what it combos with later. Yaksha, 1900 beater, fairy. Pretty much, he's a MST in reverse. When he's normal summon, he picks up a back row. Really good because if it's not anything chainable like a deep prison or something that you can't chain, it goes back to the hand, gives you a free punch over. Plus, I use it to bait out like Warning and Bottomless Trap hole because since it's so big, my opponent kind of fears it, so it's good. 3's a clog, 2's enough. 1 is good, but you kind of want to draw just for those back row heavy decks. You kind of want to force them into things. Next, you got Rasetsu, probably one of the better spirits of the deck. Pretty much when he's summoned, you can reveal another spirit and return 1 attack position monster they control back to the hand. That's any kind of monster, so just reveal a spirit, and it's a bouncer. It's a free compulse. You just can't spell summon that turn, but it's fine. His base attack is 1500 attack. He has a 1900 defense, so he's really good. I just run him at 2 because I don't use him a lot. He's more of a last resort or just a troll. 1 Izanami, when you normal summon her or she's flip face up, she discards a card and she can search out a spirit from the grave and add it back to the hand. She's only good as 1-up because whatever spirits you use and are in the grave, you want them in the grave for a reason. But she's just good just to recycle stuff that I might want to use later on down the line. And sometimes I use her just fodder just for exceeds. Next, 2 Yamato-No-Kami. Guys, pretty much he's still a spirit. You banish the spirit from the graveyard and special summon him. He still goes to the grave at the end of the turn. Go back to the hand at the end of the turn. But whenever he destroys the monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, he becomes a living MST. So he kills the monster, pops a back row. I run 2 because they're really good, especially for when I want to go for the swarm, and also because I usually always have them together, and I can run into some exceeds with that. 2 Thrasher. My monsters are small. Sometimes, like I said, once again, I want to bait out all that back row heavy decks. So Thrasher kind of is the threat. I can just summon Thrasher, go for the attack. Then in main phase 2, I can go for all my combos. Or I just summon this and just stave off pretty much and just force my opponent to do something about this before I actually go into any serious plays. And kind of keeps my opponent guessing as to what I'm doing. So it's really good. Plus, outside of that, he's just good working with the exceeds. I go him plus another spirit. I get to go into a free rank 4. It's obvious. Then last but not least, triple Kagetokage. Pretty much I normal summon a spirit, activating special summons from the hand, going to rank 4s. The optimal play, to be honest, would be to have a nigga in hand and activate Kagetokage, and then have another spirit on the side of that. So you can go into maybe King of Fairy Imps, detach this, and get another Kagetokage to the hand. And then you also get to draw a card from Nigatama, so you get a +2 off just those cards. Alright. That's it for the monsters. On to the spells. Spells are very simple. Triple MST. We don't like back row. The deck does never have a problem with monsters. But sometimes people have weird back row, like skill drain and all that random bullshit that we don't like. So triple MST is just pretty much standard. The 1 Dark Hole. Triple Duality, don't have to explain that, just consistency things. I have my Searcher, but at the same time, my monsters are really small, so I can use my Searchers to get my monster, and use my Duality to get whatever support cards I need. Triple Creature Swap, once again, my monsters are very small. You just wasted all those cards to get a Drago sack out, let me kill the tokens and then take it. Or I just want to take whatever you have just because I don't want to deal with it. And then, of course, at the end phase, the spirit has to go back to the hand, so it goes back to my hand. Very standard. Then last but not least, double Dichotomy. pretty much almost all the monsters in the deck are different types. I got fiends, fairies, reptiles, warriors. So pretty much this card is pretty much always live, and you don't always have to go for an attack or go off. You can pretty much just set up with your exceeds or with your defenses, and just hold and just bait them out a turn until you want to go off. 3 is really cloggy because your monsters work together without having to go exceed, so you only need 2. And then for the traps are extremely standard. Warning, Bottomless, Torrential, Compulsory. As you guys see, it's just pretty much monster removal. I only run double Fiendish Chain. I would run triple, but sometimes I don't want to Fiendish Chain a monster that I'm going to creature swap. So I'll take a little damage just to creature swap it, so I only run 2 of these. Double Mirror Force if you try to get a little crazy. And then last but not least, the 2D Prison. Like I said, the traps are very standard, just defensive traps, just because the monsters do all the other work. On to the extra deck. My Stroke, obvious. Black Ship's also obvious. If you're not running Cowboy, you suck. Diamond Dire, just because he's just good. Diamond Dire is actually in my top 5 of exceeds. I only run him as 1 of. Utopia, like I said, my monsters are small, so sometimes it gets to the point where I might need to defend. Utopia's good. Pearl for the obvious plays over anything big, and no Fiendish Chain. Double Abyss Dweller. I don't like dragons and all the other random in the graveyard shit that's been going on in this format, so double Abyss Dweller. Plus I run Yaksha, so it actually gains a 500 attack boost when I use Yaksha as a material. Fairy Trigger takes 2 fairies. 6 of the monsters in there are fairies, and they actually come up quite often together. So she's just a free draw. Plus, if I use Nigatama with her, so it's a +2 instead of a +1. So just 1 of. Nightmare. Pretty much 2 dark monsters make this, and you can pretty much if they summon a monster, you can put it face down. And that pretty much, which is really good because it stops them from going off or doing any extra exceed plays or whatever. And it has a really good it's like 1950 defense, so it takes a little to get over it. 1 King of the Fairy Imps, he's probably the key player of the combos of the deck. He lets me search out my Kagetokage to go off either that turn or to go off in the following turn. So you only 1 of because you only run the 3 Kagetokages. Outside of that, you're pretty much going for game from that point, so you don't need more than 1. He's really good. Plus, he's a floater. Even if they get rid of him, you don't care. Like, you kind of want them to get rid of him. If not, you're just going to use him to beat him down. So just 1 of. 2 number 101, Silent Honors Art. So once again, my monsters are small. Sometimes I have to go on the defensive, and so I'll let you do all you want to do to bring out your big monster. Then I'm going to take something that you have. Using spirits means nothing. They're just spirits. I mean, they're meant to die or not die. So I run 2 of those. I was gonna run Extinction Knight, but you have really good hand advantage with this deck. So with Extinction Knight, it's kind of pointless because you have to be losing pretty much to use this effect. That hardly ever happens with this deck. You always have hand advantage. Then last but not least, we got 1 Gauntlet Launcher. Just really, really good. Pop stuff that just gets in the way, and it can pop up to twice per turn, so it's really good for field clearing. And then we got last M7. I can return a spear from my deck, from my side of the field, my graveyard to my hand, or one of your troublesome monsters back to your hand as well. And that's it for the deck profile.
Alright, so remember guys, if you say want to see this deck in action perhaps, there is a way that you can. How would they see this deck in action?
They can actually go to my page, with Dritsto4.
Oh god, he has a page. Get a load of that.
I did actually just upload the video probably last week. I'm going to start trying to upload regularly. Not making any promises, but I'll try. But I did upload a video with me using the deck and showing you some of the key plays and just showing you. I've actually played against meta decks with it, and I've actually shown you that I've won. So just go ahead and see some of the cool plays. And
link in description, viewers.
Hopefully he'll link it to this video, and you guys can go check that out. Leave a like and a comment, do some subscribing, and if you guys want more, just let me know.
Alright, and that's the deck profile. Thanks again.